Welcome back to part 2 of the Mega Man 2 Let's Play. And we're taking on Woodman now, our 5th Robot Master. And Woodman is a robot, well, made out of wood. I don't know why Dr. Wily would bother making a robot made out of wood. It seems like it would burn easily, and in fact, if you have Heatman's weapon, you can take him down into fully charged hits of that. So, Ish is not that big of a problem, but we don't have Heatman's weapon because Heatman's stage is very difficult. Well, one section is very difficult, but we'll get to that later. And, so we'll just be taking him out with the Mega Buster, and you can use the Metal Blades, too, on him. They work well if you don't have the, Atomic Fire from Heatman, so that's another option to consider. And, right now we have 3 of these mini-bosses, these, blue dog thingies that just shoot fire. They shoot in the same pattern, and so they're kind of easy. And you just jump, but it can give you some trouble if this is your first time. So yeah, Woodman stage is pretty easy. There's one dumb part with these gorillas coming up that I don't really like, but other than that, it's a pretty simple stage, not too challenging. And there we kill that dog, so we're on to the next part, and introduces some new enemies like these bats. And actually, that's something I noticed about Mega Man. It is very not, well, kind of creative enemies, but there's different enemies, like vastly different enemies in each stage. Like in Airman stage we saw, well, we'll see the birds again, but like Woodman stage, all these gorillas, they never appear again. Well, actually, they do appear in Mega Man 3, but, like, considering this game, they don't really appear again, so... And then in, like, Metal Man stage, the clowns on Gears, they don't appear again. Just stuff like that. So, yeah, this game series is very creative, and that's why I like it. Always a new Robot Master, 8 Robot Masters in every game, always a new challenge. And, yeah, I like Mega Man a lot. So we're coming up at the end of this stage already. We just have to kind of fight some awkwardly placed rabbits, but you can jump over them. It's kind of hard. I get hit here. At least to jump over that one. And then this part, you have to kind of wait until the roosters jump over you and then run through. It can kind of be tricky first time, once again, but once you get the hang of it, it is no problem. So now we're Woodman. And I don't believe I used the Metal Blades, or do I? Yeah, I do. I might have used just the Mega Buster in the test recording, but... And, Woodman does the exact same thing every time, so he's kind of easy in that respect, but those leaves that come down from the top are really hard to dodge. He, creates the leaf shield, and then he throws it at you. And then these leaves come down, and they're kinda... I've been able to do it if you stand to the, like, far left or far right, and occasionally jumping in between them, but I find it really hard. And, once you get the timing down, it's pretty easy to jump over the leaf shield. But, for Woodman, we do get that power, we get the leaf shield, and it is the first shield weapon in the Mega Man series, which would later become Norm. Starting with 4, there's been about a shield in every single game. Except, I don't think there's a shield in 8, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10 all have shields, and, the leaf shield isn't the best shield. It can protect you from projectiles pretty well, but, as soon as you move, it fires out, so that's kind of dumb. Stuff like the Jewel Satellite from Mega Man 9, the best shield in any Mega Man game. It's really good, and you only fire it when you want. Like, you can still move with it on, and it's really good. It can take out, when we get to Mega Man 9, just that Jewel Shield. And the Water Shield from Mega Man 10 is also pretty good, except that it's not, like, infinite. Well, yeah, well, the Jewel Shield isn't infinite, but you'll see what I mean when we get there. And, stuff like the Skull Barrier is okay, and the, Star Shield is okay, but, yeah, the Jump Shield's pretty good too, but that's stuff. But anyway, now we're on Airman stage, and Airman is weak to the, to the Leaf Shield, which we just got. And he's pretty easy to take out with the Leaf Shield. You can also use your Mega Buster. He can be a candidate to go after first. But the reason I'm going after him now, instead of going after, like, Heatman first, is because, like I said, there's a part in Heatman stage that is very difficult to pass. In fact, I don't know anyone in real life that's actually done it. It's, the infamous, disappearing, reappearing blocks, and the disappearing, reappearing blocks appear in every Mega Man game. But, Heatman stage is kind of glitchy with those blocks, and it's really hard. It's over a long stretch of, lava, instant kill lava, so it is very difficult, and I'll show you when we get to it next, but, by beating Airman, we get item 2, which allows us to easily bypass those blocks. So, Airman creates tornadoes, and, you just have to jump over them. Sometimes, I think they're impossible to dodge. I know he shot out some patterns that seem near impossible, or impossible to dodge, so can be kind of tricky there, but I survived with 1 pixel of life left, and we get the Air Shooter and the item 2, and Air Shooter lets us shoot out 3 tornadoes that kind of start as one but spread apart as they rise up, and it's pretty good, I guess, but its main use is to take out Crashman, and it's also really good at taking out those Walker Joes that are annoying, but we'll see those later when I take them out with the Air Shooter. And now Dr. Light gives us the item 2, and item 2 is like a hoverboard, and it lets us skip those glitchy, weird blocks in Heatman stage. And yeah, He-Man looks like a lighter. He's the fire-type Robot Master in Mega Man 2. I'm trying to think, most of the Mega Man games have a fire-type Robot Master. I think. If it's not directly fire-influenced, it's explosive, or stuff like Ringman, which has... Or no, what am I saying? Not Ringman. It's the Mega Man 4 fire type. I guess there is none. And in Mega Man 3 there isn't. Well, alright. Shadow Man, I guess. Because this stage is lava, but that doesn't matter. But yeah, He-Man stage is also lots of fire pits, and those are one-hit kills. And here's the first instance of disappearing and reappearing blocks. And this is very similar to the, right up there, it was very similar to the first appearance of them in Iceman stage in Mega Man 1. That was the disappearing and reappearing block from that game in Mega Man 1, Iceman stage. But Iceman stage was a lot more bearable because it was only really 2 sections of them. And they were pretty easy to memorize, but the Heatman stage coming up, like, this part's easy, but it's a real memorization-a-thon if you really want to do it, and they can be glitchy. You can glitch through them, and it's really annoying. So they're right up here, and as you can see, I equip my item 2 to skip past them. You just hop on that, and it shoots you right past them. If you want to hunt down and get that extra life, I guess you can, but I didn't bother. And we're almost at the end of the stage, really. That's kind of the main gimmick of this stage, that one long stretch. And as you can see, the Air Shooter does a real fine job of taking out those walkers. It doesn't take out the actual enemies that well, but it definitely helps in destroying their walkers, which is definitely the most annoying part of them. So now we equip the Bubble Lead, and you'll finally be able to see the Bubble Lead in action. You shoot it out, it travels along the ground, and like I said, the Holy Water in Castlevania can detect invisible blocks, but we'll see that later in Dr. Wily's castle. So Heatman at the start of the fight shoots out 3 flames, and you just shoot him with the Bubble Lead. He gets enraged, flies towards you, you jump over him, he gets enraged, flies towards you, hit him with the Bubble Lead. It just repeats over and over, and he's pretty easy to take out. And you get the first chargeable, I believe that's the case, the first chargeable weapon in Mega Man, the Atomic Fire. Mega Man would later be able to charge his Buster in 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But this is the first real chargeable weapon. You can charge it up for a stronger blast. And it's alright. It's good at taking out Woodman, I guess. And we get another item, so now we have items 1, 2, and 3, and item 1 lets us create floating platforms that slowly rise, that we can jump on that. That's pretty useful, and we'll actually need it in one boss battle, and later in the Wily Castle, but we'll see that after we take out Crashman, the final Robot Master that we have to take out for this game. And Crashman looks like a motorcycle driver, almost. I don't really get the theme of him. He's in this weird tower, and as we can see right here, the leaf shield, shoot it out, can protect you, destroys enemies in the way. Crashman, it's kind of debatable what his real name is, because in Mega Man 2 for NES, it says Crashman, but in Mega Man 2 for Game Boy, it says Clashman. And in Japanese, they don't really, I forget, they don't have an R, maybe they don't have an L. I forget which one, they either don't have an R or an L. So, oh no, they don't have an R. No, they don't have an L, what am I thinking? Because, in Japan, Dr. Light from this game is actually Dr. Wright. So, when Japanese games get translated over, sometimes the R's get replaced with L's. So, that could be the case with Crashman. It could be in Japan, I guess he's supposed to be Clashman, but they might have accidentally replaced... Or no, what am I thinking? Yeah. No. Alright, now I'm just getting myself confused. Is Crashman his real name, or is Clashman his real name? Somebody tell me. I forget. I could be completely wrong about this, and I probably am, because I am ignorant to the Japanese language. I do not know Japanese. But I do like Japanese games like this one. So, yeah. If we climb up the left side of the tower, we can use the leaf shield to avoid these pesky birds that can knock you off the ladders, and I'm going up the left side because it's a bit harder, and I fall back down. But there's an E-tank up here, but I realized I could have just gone up the right side and used item 1 or whatever to get back, but I guess I didn't think of that at the time. And surprisingly, we're almost done with this stage. Just one more short section with these helicopter dudes from Heatman stage, and we're done with the final Robot Master stage. So yeah, we're on to Dr. Wily's Castle in part 3, but we just gotta take out Crashman, and he is weak to the air shooter, and he is extremely weak to the air shooter. You can take him out in like 3 hits. It's pretty ridiculous. You just gotta remember that whenever you shoot, he jumps, so just make sure to watch out for that. Yeah, like right there. I jump first, then I shoot, so I hit him. And with that, Crashman is taken out, and we get the Crash Bombers from him. And the Crash Bombers, you fire them out, they stick to a wall, and they explode. They can destroy certain breakable walls in, like, there's a bunch of them in, like, Flashman stage to get, like, extra little power-ups and whatnot, and you're actually going to need them for the Wily Castle, but we'll see that later. And as you can see, once you beat the Robot Masters, Wily comes out in his UFO, shakes his eyebrows, and then it's off to the castle, and that's his pretty menacing-looking fortress. And he does have a fortress that is skull-themed in almost every Mega Man game. And now we're off to Wily 1 in Part 3 of the Mega Man 2 Let's Play, so see you then!